We're going to just stand here for a minute because they're coming back this way now. They got a pig in there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the video. We are back out in creation. It is May 15th, which means it is the day before the public land hog coyote season starts here in Georgia for most of public lands. If you're interested, you better check, make sure the public land you're interested in has this hunt, because some don't. But we're here on a piece that does. We got the old 30-06 with us because we can use pretty much whatever you want to kill these things. So we about to get in the truck, head on. Just got here just literally 10 minutes ago, got the camper set up. We're about to head on and check some spots. Been in a major drought. We got some good rain here just this past week, so it's probably not enough really to make much of a difference of where the pigs are going to be, but we still got to do some scouting around, figure out where these pigs are hanging out. So without further ado, let's get in the truck and let's roll. There was some fellas with dogs that rolled in right when I was pulling out of camp. I don't know if they're going to be camping or if they were just cruising in to see what it looked like and they're staying at a hotel or something, I don't know. But this is a dog hunt as well. So during this special coyote hog season, people are allowed to run hog dogs. So hopefully we're not going to have a big crowd of that and kind of, mess me up in that realm. But we'll just have to see what happens. This is my first time here for this type of a hunt, and actually my first time on this hunt at a Georgia WMA. So we'll have to see what we can make happen. Hopefully we get on some pigs regardless, which I'm sure we will. I'm confident in it. That creek bed's about 80-ish yards through. We found our first little bit of hog sign. Some poop. Not the freshest, but it's there. Of course, the camera's not picking it up great, but see right here, the hoof imprint, that's 100% hog. The only thing I'm really following to find this track right here and start putting these puzzle pieces together, just following leaves that seem to be disturbed, and it's almost making, when you can pick it up, when your eyes learn to pick up the disturbance in the leaves, where something's walked through, you can make out trail that the critter used. And the way that these leaves were disturbed, it appeared a lot more like pig than another critter. Sure enough, we finally got a little bit of dirt, bare dirt, and I'm able to see there's a pig track. We're only about 25 yards from the edge of the creek now. I'm just trying to whittle my way through all this thick stuff to get to the edge of it, see if maybe it's a little dry spot or something out here where we can, walk along this creek bed and hunt it, because I'd much rather be in that creek bed walking it rather than in these thick palmettos here. Just came out of all that thicket. Finally made it out here to this beautiful creek bed. And you can see already, as soon as I walk out here, you got hog rooting all right here. Quite frankly, I can see the rooting going just all along the edge, just as expected. I mean, there's no guessing on it. With it being as dry as it is everywhere else, these pigs are going to be on the edge of this creek. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just what part of the creek are they, staying at the most right now, because they can go all up and down this thing, and this is a big area, so, that's part of it. We're going to find them, but this already tells me enough what I need to see. However, we're still going to go ahead and keep walking and just walk along the edge of this and just get an idea of really how flooded out this creek bed is. So I can tell you though, it's a lot cooler down in here, obviously, than it was where I was just at. And less mosquitoes. Got a trail coming right here. This is what I'm looking for. Besides the fact of fresh hog rooting right here, this is a little bend in the creek. You can see water's flowing and it's flooded right there. Then we have just this nice little opening of a bend, and right here it goes up about 2 foot roughly, and that's the high ground, so to speak. But right here in this little bend, there's tracks all through here and a little sporadic rooting everywhere. This is about the freshest rooting thus far. Still really moist. One way you can tell when a critter's walked across somewheres, see this here? That's dry mud on the top of this vegetation. So you got this overflow here, and they're walking in, which it doesn't matter which way they're coming from because there's mud all over here too. But when they're walking across and it comes off of them, the mud comes off their feet, whatever, and lands on top of here. It's one puzzle piece to put together there. That something has walked across. I got back in the truck and headed down about roughly 2 miles, give or take, and we are coming into a lot more hog rooting just right here off the side of the road, let alone what's actually down in these woods. So we're just gonna cruise down a little bit more, get a little bit closer to the wetland part of this, and then we'll start creeping in and see what we can find. But there's already a lot more sign just right here than what I found already at the other spot. It's hard to see them because of the grass. They're really not big pigs. They're only about 30 pounds, so really the grass isn't that tall. They're just smaller pigs. Let's see, like I told y'all in my video about late spring and summer hog hunting, it is 2:30 in the afternoon, heat of the day, and we got pigs up and moving around feeding. You never know. We got a pig fight happening right now. You just never know when the pigs are going to be out like this. But they are going to most likely, more times than not, stay really close to bedding when they do get up and feed in this portion of the day. I didn't see those big ones to begin with, I just seen these little ones. But there was 3 good-sized pigs, about 100-ish pounds each. It kind of looked like a boar chasing right behind the sow. And then the little piglets came right here, 10 yards, 15 yards from me. I don't believe they spooked because of my wind or nothing. My wind was good. They just kind of came out of that thicket, and once they hit the water, they trotted through the water, the big ones did. And then they just eased their way on, just walking along the edge. So that's good because they're going the opposite way from where I'm going. But that's exciting right there. Riding down the road, and look at this. These pigs have tore this up. Got some more over there. I mean, they tore that up, and that is fresh too. I pulled in after scouting today, and I got a camp full of dogs now. So that's just today, the day before the hunt starts. I don't know how many people are going to show up and how many with dogs when this hunt does get rolling tomorrow and going into the weekend. Hopefully it's not going to be too crazy, but I don't know. We're going to do our things to get on some no matter what, though. Alright folks, it is opening day. As you can tell, I have my hunter orange on. That's because during this hunt you have to wear your hunter orange just like during a deer hunt. We're heading to the swamp where we seen them pigs yesterday, and hopefully we're going to have it to ourselves, and we're going to get on something this morning, which I'm pretty sure we are, pretty confident about it. Daggum pig standing in the road. Come on, camera, focus. I don't know why my camera wasn't focusing very well on that, but as you can see, there was two pigs standing right here 50 yards from the truck. They just went on the opposite side of this big red oak, and I don't know if they ended up going into that real thick crap, or if they're just standing on the other side of it right now. I was actually hoping they were going to walk down the road and go right into the swamp. That's right there 50 yards from where they were, because it's legal light right now. I don't know why I'm still sitting here talking. I need to park this truck and get out and try to get on these pigs. There's just not really anywhere for me to park right here. They were standing right here, and they walked across, and they went right into all of that, which is insanely thick, unhuntable thick. Quite frankly, this weather this morning is perfect for the end of May, chasing pigs in the swamp. It is slightly overcast, and it's breezy. It's fairly breezy. I wish it was actually a little more breezy to get these mosquitoes off of me. But, I mean, it's just enough to keep a nice little breeze hitting you in the face. Feels great out. Little pig tracks mixed in with bigger tracks all right here. You see the color difference right here and then right here. That's where a pig came and rooted in, and it's so fresh that the water is very, very stirred up. Same with right here, and there's tracks just all over. I think we're getting close. Got some fresh rooting right here. Really fresh rooting. That tree has been there for a hot minute. Those dogs are coming to me. They're just about right where I just was about 15 minutes ago. Just started walking back to the truck. We'll stand here for a minute, see if any pigs start taking out from this thicket here. I see something. I don't know if that's a pig or a dog. It was solid black. Still could be a dog, but Nope, I think it's a pig. Yep. They got a pig in there. Hey, 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 what are you doing? Hey, go over that way. Well, guess it's safe to say that this spot's a bust. They got that pig in this thicket right here. I almost got a shot on it whenever it came well ahead of the dogs. I don't think I got it on the camera. It's right when I set the camera down, he darted right on the edge of this thicket and went into it. I was hoping he was going to come across the stream here and give me a good clear shot. They got that pig right here. I guess he ain't bait up because he's still moving around, but that's the thing about when you're hunting on a hunt where they can use dogs. This can happen. And you know, I just started turning around coming back, and I said, you know what, let me just stand here for a second and just listen. And I heard the dogs in the distance, and I've been sitting here probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and they just steadily just working closer, 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 and closer until obviously the pig 40 yards from me came, and that pig's still moving good though. I reckon we'll go ahead and start walking down. Maybe if anything it'll push some pigs out as we're walking. Well, they got a little piglet. Pretty sure they've got that big one bait up in there because they were hot on his tail as soon as he came through here, and I heard him, you know, I heard them bay him up and him, you know, grunting at him, making a bunch of noise, but then they got hold of that little piglet, and now I'm not sure what they're doing. Day one, I believe, is about in the bag here. It is 8:16. It's about to be sunset, so we'll have 30 minutes left to legal light. Quite frankly, I just came out of this big swamp back here, and it's pretty daggum dark in there already because the canopy's so thick. So we're heading back to the truck now. This day has been a train of events, so to speak. Obviously, after we had in the morning, we did. I went and checked out a couple more spots, went back to camp, and then went back out this afternoon, about 4 o'clock. First spot I went to, turned the truck off, walked for like 15 minutes, and it turned out not being what I thought it was. Came back, truck wouldn't start, completely dead. Not even a tick, nothing. So, had one of the fellas at camp, thankfully came and jumped the truck off for me, so I appreciate it. Mr. Hunt, can't remember your first name, but I know your last name was Hunt, because I was thinking, you know, Hunt, and you like to hunt, so that's how I remembered that. But thank you for coming down and helping me out, because I would have had a good little walk to get back to somebody. But went to AutoZone, cranking amps were like dead on that thing, and it's like a 2-year-old battery, so we got a new battery in there. It was under warranty, so that's great. And came back, and we've just been cruising around checking different spots, and every spot we're going to has got dog tracks and boot prints all through it. So it's just trying to find a spot that hasn't been ran through yet. And quite frankly, there's still obviously could very well be hogs still in those creek beds and such that the dogs have ran through, but I don't want to be somewhere where they've been ran through already. So I'm trying to find somewhere that has been undisturbed, and yeah, that's what we're trying to do. But this evening was a bust, and we'll see what tomorrow morning's got. I got a couple areas in mind that I believe they probably haven't ran. I talked to a couple of fellas at camp that are running dogs, and they said that they hadn't been over that way. So that's probably what we're going to do in the morning. But we'll be going in pretty blind, other than the fact of it looks really good on the aerial map, and I seen 5 hogs go into the one particular area I'm thinking about yesterday evening when I came back from supper. But I appreciate y'all sticking with me for today. See what tomorrow's got in store. You gonna follow me back to my truck? Like, I've just been standing here for about 10 minutes after the last bark I heard, and then he made me about heart drop.